boys and girls, today we are going to model read and write fractional parts of groups. Okay, we're not going to have circles today, and then circles being shaded. We're actually going to make fractions for groups of stuff. Okay, and these stuff are like items. They're not always going to be just counters or something like that, like we're used to counting in groups. Okay, these groups are actually going to be items. All right. Let's read the story, please. Jake and Emma each get a collection of marbles. What fraction of each collection is blue? Okay, this is where you have to remember bottom of the fraction and top of the fraction. Okay? Bottom of the fraction is how many equal groups or equal parts, right? Yeah. How many equal parts? Okay. In our case, when you're doing groups, it's how many number of whatever there is. Okay? Okay. Like the item that we are counting. It means how many is there all together. Okay? The top part, when we do usually, it's the shaded, right? Yeah. Okay, there's not shaded in these anymore. You can see. So you have to listen to the question for the top answer.
And they're just items.
Okay? So you can use a fraction to name part of a group. Look at Jake's marbles. How many marbles does he have? Count them, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you have 8?
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Okay. That is the denominator. Oops. That is the denominator, the bottom number. The total number, well, I say that when the number is not in groups, I'm sorry, I got to tell you that. When the number is not in groups, that is your number. Do you see how it's not in a bag or anything like that?
Yeah.
So none of those marbles in a bag, so that is your bottom number. Your denominator. Remember, D denominator down. Down means bottom. Okay? All right. Now, the question is, what fraction of each collection is blue? How many of Jake's marbles are blue? Everyone? 3. That is your numerator. Okay? The question will be the numerator. All right? Okay, and the question was how many are blue? You look at it, you count how many are blue, and that's your top number. All right? Okay. 3/8 or 3 out of 8 are blue. Okay, 3 marbles out of 8 marbles are blue. So blank of Jake's marbles are blue. So how many of Jake's marbles are blue?
3.
3. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah, 3/8 of Jake's marbles are blue. No. You don't have to circle. Okay. So when they are all apart like this, and they are not in any groups, you just count all of them, all of the things, that's your bottom number. Okay? And then you count what the question is, that's your top number. When they are not in groups, okay? These are not in groups. Now, however, there comes a time where things will be in groups. Now look at Emma's marbles. Hers are in little bags, right? Okay, hers are kind of like nice and neat now. Now here's the difference, guys. How many marbles does she have?
8.
Okay, but do you notice that the denominator is not 8?
It's 4.
It's 4. Why do you think it could be 4?
Because there's 4 groups.
Because there's 4 groups. So when they're in groups and they're not by themselves, the bottom number is going to be the groups. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I know that can be confusing, so really try to remember this and go back to the front page, to this front page if you need help. If they're not in groups, the total number of marbles or or whatever you're counting, is going to be the bottom number. If they are in groups, the groups is going to be your bottom number. Okay, now the question is still, what fraction of the collection is blue? How many groups of her marbles are blue? How many groups of her marbles are blue? Everyone?
1.
How many groups of her marbles are blue?
1.
There you go. One. Only one group is blue. This one's yellow, this one's green, that one's blue, that one's red. There's only one group that is blue. Okay? So the top number is the group. Okay? The one group that's blue. So 1/4 or 1 out of 4 of the bags of marbles is blue. So how much of Emma's marbles are blue? 1/4. Yeah. Okay. Name a part of the group. Draw 2 red counters and 6 yellow counters. Now here you go. I know you guys don't have your reds and your yellows out. I just want you to have 2 marbles that are shaded for the red counters, and the yellow counters will just be white ones. Okay? So draw 2 red counters, which means 2 counters that should be shaded. Those we're going to call red, or we could even write R in there, or red if you would like. 2 red counters, and then 6 yellow ones. I'm just going to write a Y in my yellow ones. You can't see the red, but you can at least see the Y's.
6?
Yeah, 6 yellow ones. 6 yellow ones. 6 yellow ones. What it says, right?
Yes.
2 red, 6 yellow. Okay.
You can make yours colorful.
I could. I'm not. But I don't. If you don't get 2, why should I get 2? No, I should do it like you guys do.
It's not fair.
Okay.
Well,
For the most part. I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's look at our thing now. We have 2 red marbles, 6 yellow ones. Okay, let's read this question. It says, write the fraction for the counters that are red. Okay. Are our counters in groups right now? No. So how would we write it? Would we write it like a groups one or like a not groups one?
not blue.
Okay, so my bottom number would be what?
8.
Okay. Why do you say 8? Edmund?
8 because that's how much counters there is.
Yes. Remember up here we just counted the counters as our bottom number?
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't matter what color they are, we're still counting all of them. So our total number of counters is 8. Okay. Now, the question is, though, how many of the counters are red? So now our top number is counting how many are red. How many are red, guys?
2.
Okay, so how many of the counters are red so far? 2.
2
eighths. 2 eighths of the counters are red. Okay, now, write the fraction of counters that are not red. Okay, now we're going to count how many our counters are not red. But we have to find the denominator first. What would my denominator be?
8.
Because
There are 8 counters.
there are 8 counters in all. Total number of counters is 8. But the question's different this time, so the top's going to be different. The question this time is how many of the counters are not red? How many are not red, boys and girls?
6.
Okay, so if we were saying the fraction, how would we say this? How many counters are not red?
6 eighths.
Very good. So, how many of the counters are red, did you say?
2.
2 what?
8.
2 eighths. And how many of the counters are not red?
6 eighths.
Good. Next page when you have that. All right. Oh man, now we have to go for fractions greater than 1, which we did yesterday. But it's going to tell you how to do it. Okay? Sometimes a fraction can name more than a whole group. Daniel collects baseballs. He has collected 8 so far. He puts them in cases that hold 4 baseballs each. Each part of the baseball case, what part of the baseball cases has Daniel filled? Okay, if you look at here, think, 1 case just equals 1 hole. Okay, so how many cases has he filled then?
2.
2 whole cases. Okay, he has 2 full cases of 4 baseballs each. So 2 would be your whole number, because there's 2 whole cases. Okay, now let's think of our fractions that we did yesterday. If I wanted to write the fraction for this instead of the whole number, what did we do yesterday as our bottom number? When we have circles, what's our bottom number?
How many equal parts there are?
Okay, what is this split into? Remember, always say split or divided when you say that. How many equal parts is it divided into or split into? What are these balls split into? Everyone? 4/4. How many baseballs do we have, though?
8.
So 8 is our top number. 8/4 is the same thing as 2 wholes.
For a minute, I thought it was wrong.
Nope. All right, so let's try this. We're going to try these 2 practice problems, okay? And then you have show and share. Okay, complete the whole number and the fraction greater than 1 to name the part filled. Okay, the whole number is first, guys. Look at these pans of eggs.
They're not.
How many whole, they're not eggs?
Muffins.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How many, they look like eggs to me. Okay,
Yeah.
how many whole pans of muffins do we have? How many whole pans of muffins do we have? Everyone?
3.
Very good. There are 3 pans of muffins. Now, remember what we talked about. What does our bottom number mean for fraction?
How much are in each group?
That they are
split
split into. And what are they split into, boys and girls?
6.
Okay, so they already put the bottom number for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here is the non-generous part. How many muffins are there then? Do your multiplication. 3 times 6.
18.
Everybody, what is it?
18.
Okay, now, let's do the boxes of pencils. How many whole boxes of pencils do you have?
2.
There you go. I'll let you guys shout out right now, okay? And, okay, so, remember, bottom number means?
How many are split into?
And what is this split into? How many pencils?
8.
Okay, they already have that for you, right?
Yeah.
All right, now, so how many pencils total?
16.
All right, you are ready for partner work. Hot problem. Liam has 6 marbles. 1/3 of them are blue. The rest are red. Draw a picture to show Liam's marbles. Okay, 6 marbles. Draw them. It says 1/3 of them are blue. Now, boys and girls, if it was 1/3, what does that mean we're doing? We have to put these into groups. Because if you were counting these marbles, you would say 1/6 because there's 6 marbles. But this says 1/3. That means we have to put these 6 marbles into 3 groups. So how am I going to do that? I would circle how many of these marbles?
3.
How many of these marbles? I would circle 2 marbles each. It says 1/3 of those are blue. So what does 1/3 of them mean? Now, how many would be blue?
1.
1 group would be blue. Blue, blue. The rest of them are red. Red, 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 red. Okay, there's your picture. Okay, bag has 2 yellow cubes and 3 blue cubes and 1 white cube. I drew that. 2 yellow, 3 blue, 1 white. We need to find the question. The answer is 1/6. What would be my question?
What fraction of the cubes is white?
What fraction of the cubes is white? How many are white, guys?
1.
Out of how many?
6.
Okay, there you go. What fraction of the cubes is white? What fraction of the cube